Welcome back to Vets Play D&D with us, the Vets that play D&D. I'm Brandon, your DM, and tonight we have a slightly slimmed down crew, but hey, that is okay. Uh, we have, first and foremost, Emmy playing the Barbarian Emil, right over here. Next to them we have Adam playing the Warlock Wagat. Next to Wagat, we have Hunter playing the Druid Stony, not the Druid Stony, wow. The Druid Stony. Next to Stony, or above Stony, we have not Jesse, who is not playing the Ranger Rupus, but should be if they were here. And then tweaking out in the right next to Liv would have been, or right next to Jesse was Liv, playing the Warlock Petra. Above her would be, ideally, hopefully, Sam playing the Barbarian Tashi, but she is not here because she is doing other cool things, I guess. And finally, we have Paladin Fate being played by Jordan. And if you're watching, you will see that, there we go. There was an issue with the map, but I think I have fixed it now. All right, and as a reminder, viewer discretion is advised. This campaign includes settings and concepts about war, inequity, and conflict that may make some viewers uncomfortable. Additionally, it's being played by U.S. military veterans, and the content definitely reflects that. Finally, the views and opinions expressed by the individuals in this recording or stream are solely the views and opinions of the individuals expressing them, and are not necessarily the views or opinions shared by or reflective of those held by the University of Washington, Department of Veteran Affairs, or veterans as a whole. That's a long way of saying that we're rude, we're irreverent, we say bad things. Deal with it. All right. When last we met, our intrepid band was finishing raiding Senator Gaynor Nathamo's home. During this, they found evidence of collaboration with the Republic of Tassoc from Gaynor, and discovered Imperial Guard uniforms, which was very, very implicating. They took Nathamo to Tower Saffral in the city of Skyfont and handed Nathamo over, after which they were led to a briefing room just like the one they had back at Turtleport Tower and told to wait there. While waiting, they found a variety of gifts from mysterious J. They awoke to Guardian 3 Hathama having an argument outside the briefing room. Having just arrived, he was flustered that no one had debriefed them the night before, and seemed somewhat uneasy with something. Before he could explain, though, Archminister Reshna Gortukar entered and sent Hathama away, saying he had been summoned by someone. Gortukar then invited the party to provide a sentient being resource and intelligence gathering session of two of Gauss's henchmen. The party agreed, but only a few members were allowed to participate. They discovered that the Eclipsed, which is led by Rare Gauss, is a violent sect of the Rising Dawn, and that they were behind the recent bombings and theft of the Star Shards. Fate and Wagat brutally interviewed one Clyde, and discovered that Gauss left with the two remaining star shards to meet with representatives from Tassoc. Petra and Stony utilized psychological torture and magical manipulation to find out that there is a potential safe haven for the Eclipsed members from a dude named Dale. Tashi and Rupus made armor for Daisy, and Rupus taught Tashi all about Grung reproductive anatomy practices and rituals. And Emil announced their intent to explore the fourth floor of the tower, were told in no uncertain terms that they were not allowed to, and did it anyway. They discovered on the empty fourth floor a secret office, inside of which were a stack of parchments with the crest of Tassoc, the Republic of Tassoc, and a Guardian third class rank. And we're actually going to start with Emil. So Emil, you are you'd been looking around, you found the stack of parchments. You thoroughly searched the office, and then, as you were preparing to leave, out of the corner of your eye, peeking out of a shell or of a drawer that you'd searched fairly thoroughly, you thought you saw the torn rank of a defender or a guardian third class, almost as if it had snagged and been torn from a uniform. What are you doing?
Is there anything else that I can glean from that room?
Based on your previous rolls, that is the majority of that is what you find.
That's fair. I feel like I've found everything, and I would like to sneak back to the group.
All right. What is your passive perception?
Really
Yeah, I
high.
remember that. You have passive perception 17. Um. Okay. As you're exiting, you feel a faint hint of wind against your arm, flowing from inside the room out into the hall that you're entering. Looking around, though, you don't see anything. Nothing seems disturbed.
So I can feel breeze, but I can't discern where it's coming from.
Very briefly, a very quick breeze. It's not sustained. It doesn't seem to go on, but it goes from the room out into the hall.
Like a ghost.
I mean,
That's unfortunate. Okay.
like
Well,
something.
that's you always know if it's a ghost. You know, you're walking down the alleyway, you know if it's a ghost or if it's someone of miscreant deeds. Okay. Well then I'd like to look around and try to figure out where the hell that wind came from and see if I can find any ghostly, spectry um things around that would cause a ghost to stay.
I do love ghostly, spectry things. Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Well, did that come through?
It did as a nat 1.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, you are temporarily blind. Just like I don't know, you just your blood pressure spiked or something because you got so anxious that you went temporarily blind, but you're good now. Jordan, you're telling me Sirenscape. It is running, but we failed to do a Sirenscape check. So,
Yeah.
is it working for anybody else?
I hear it.
It's working for me.
Oh, there you go. So,
Just turned on.
regardless, you go temporarily blind, but your vision comes back to you, but you're not able to during your search ascertain where the wind is coming from. But you do notice that it's not blowing anymore. There doesn't seem to be a breeze anymore, and you didn't notice it before either.
Just as I was exiting the room.
Just as you were exiting the room.
Fabulous. Having been blinded and feeling that low blood sugar, I would like to go back and return to the group, see if I can make some hot cocoa and console myself over this weird shit that I just found.
Delightful. All right, as you start creeping back up the stairs and you start nearing the floor that you were on previously, a figure steps out onto the stairs. Let me see your stealth roll real quick. Cool. All right. So as the figure steps out onto the stairwell, you notice a tall, very thin figure in very regal robes. Robes you're very familiar with, as he was the man that just briefed you and invited people to perform a sentient being intelligence resource gathering mission. He does not notice you, however, because he seems to be looking down at a scroll in his hands, muttering to himself. You do notice him kind of swirl his hand briefly as he's moving, just kind of absently, and the air around it does seem to kind of move almost like with heat waves as he just absently just kind of moves his hand while he's reading. He gets off on the floor that you're headed toward. He doesn't get off on the floor. He leaves the stairwell on the same floor, and he heads over toward the holding cells. It's about this time that the rest of you have completed your human intelligence gathering, human resource and intelligence gathering sessions, and start coming out to meet one another in the hallways. And you see Gortukar walking towards you. Perfect, perfect timing. Were you successful?
Uh, we did actually manage to get a little bit of information from them. I'm sorry, I'm not feeling the voice right now.
Well, Fate will just be like, he'll pull out the parchment and say, I got this list in my chest. His name was on that list. You'll notice the name is crossed out. However, before I crossed it out, I got all the information that we needed, and I relay what the individual had told us.
I'm sorry, you murdered the detainee?
We aggressively questioned the detainee, and the detainee could not handle the stress of the situation, and unfortunately succumbed to their anguish.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Stoney's looking at you both crazy. He's like, we just talked to him.
Yeah, Petra's gonna step in and say, our session was a metaphorical slay and not a literal slay. Dale is alive and well, which is, I personally wouldn't want to live my life with a mustache like that, but whatever.
You hear him, it's a goatee!
I would say that I believe that what God and I did in our room may have helped our companions in their room.
We tried to help him. We thought we had a firm hand on the situation.
To be totally honest with you, we got the majority of our information by being besties, just like I always do.
Yeah, I made another friend.
Oh yeah, I did.
Look, if we're being completely honest, I don't care if they're dead. I just like to keep people around in case we need more information. Let's go back to the briefing room and you can tell me what you discovered. He leads
I
you guys
couldn't review
back.
the episode, so I don't remember what we fucking discovered. So I'm gonna rely on you, Brandon, to remember what we tortured.
I was a
him.
ghost at the time, so I really have no clue what happened.
Conveniently enough, I have notes on how the interrogations went, so that's cool. But, unless Wagat has something.
I have something for later, not for right
Okie
now.
dokie.
Oh, actually, specifically about what we talked to him about, right? So specifically, Aurora has left with 2 more star shards.
He still has 2?
He has. Yes.
Do we know where he's going with
Yes.
them?
He has contacts out of the country, and we think that he's going to be meeting them in the mountains to the northeast of Edgebluff.
A rendezvous in the village, which is a quaint name for like a spa or something.
Interesting. It's about this
We're
time
gonna
that
break open
Emil
this
walks
mountain
in as
rendezvous.
well.
Sorry.
What?
Emil is in the room now.
I would just make sure you guys were... as long as Emil was headed back that way, is that the case? Alright, so it would be about this time that they'd be able to re-enter. And you would have heard what Wagat just told Gortukar. So...
Gortukar, can I go to the quartermaster while you guys finish this up? I really need to see him.
I would really prefer if the unit waited for the full debrief so everyone had the same information. I know some of you are better at taking notes than others, so it's good for us all to air everything out at the same time.
Petra is like visibly smug, and she instead of her regular pen, she's gonna start writing with like a peacock feather quill, something elaborate, something opulent.
Love that.
Something ostentatious.
So, Wagat, you're telling me he's taken 2 star shards, and he's heading for a rendezvous with people from another country.
Yes. And I think we are going to need to break open this mountain rendezvous.
Completely...
Are you grinning like that?
Completely non
I'm
sequitur.
not grinning.
Just happy
Liv,
that got said. Sorry.
just optics. If you're nodding while eating, don't cover your mouth with a fist.
Oh no!
Just saying.
Because it looks like karaoke.
It looks
Yes.
just like karaoke.
Yeah, it looks
And
just
we
like
don't want people to
karaoke.
be confused about what this stream is about. So,
You can subscribe to our OnlyFans next week.
Okay. I'll
Ben,
bear
I'm gonna
that
get
in
a Twitch
mind.
strike for putting on the wrong
Putting that out
category.
there.
No.
So I'm here for you, friend.
Just switch this to
God.
just chatting and hot tub pool stream.
D&D and hot tubs.
Ooh.
He
Oh,
looks.
Anyway,
I just-
Republic of Tassoc. Sorry, I feel like we should be specific about what the foreign adversaries.
Tassakians are popping up time and again. Good to know. He's taking notes.
Tassacians, if you will.
All right. Defender Petra, Defender Stony, what did you find?
Sorry.
Stoney just smiles and just kind of looks at Petra like,
Sorry. Sorry, I'm distracted by the cat. He's being really cute. To be honest, Dale, he's a real loser. And like not very experienced, but he was fresh and funky and new to the Eclipse. A fun little extremist offshoot, apparently, of Rising Dawn that he claims were the only ones responsible for the previous Star Shard attacks. Yeah, I guess he said that Aurora put the spark of revolution in him, but I wasn't sure if that was like some kind of innuendo or if he was just feeling poetic.
The spark of revolution.
uh,
Oh, goodness.
yeah,
Okay.
I didn't write down anything else beyond that. Do you have anything like key in your notes that I should have?
He did mention that there was a potential enclave or village that was inhabited solely or primarily by the Eclipsed, but he didn't know where. He'd only heard rumors of it.
Okay, Petrus
So
repeats that.
delightful. It's all troubling. Well, we have some other intelligence. I need to sort through it. Yes.
Did
Go
we
ahead.
tell him about the intel that we got from the senator's house?
So you
It seems
handed it.
incredible.
You handed it off to Hathama, and so Hathama took it.
Okay.
By the way, who are we talking to right now?
You guys are talking with Gortukar.
Okay.
I keep
write
wanting
it
to call
down.
him Rasputin, which is just like not even close, but that's how I envisioned
I
him.
mean, yeah.
Pretty sure that was Brandon's description, like a Rasputin
Fairly.
looking person.
Fairly, yeah. I don't know if I used those exact words, but that was kind of the gist. If you must know, he's Arch. Sorry, my whole brain just stopped. Arch
He's the
Minister
voice of the
Reshna
High
Gortukar,
Council.
or Gortukar, the voice of the council.
All right. Well, Petra is gonna remind him. I don't know if he's seen the intel or not yet from
Hathama.
Hathama.
I haven't seen any
But-
intel from Hathama.
Oh, okay. Great. Well, it seems incredibly relevant that the Eclipse is going to meet with the Republic of Tassoc, and we found incredibly incriminating letters that pretty much prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that Senator Gaynor was colluding with the Republic of Tassoc. Also the uniforms, and she's gonna like nod to Fate as he found them.
What
Yeah,
uniforms?
We found inside an armory of the senator's house not only all these uniforms that were royal palace guard uniforms, but also shields, swords, and other items that are all
Emblazoned?
emblazoned. Thank you. That's the word I was going
got
for.
you,
I
bud.
almost went with engraved.
TBI brothers. We're good.
Yeah, emblazoned with all of the correct sigils, and it appeared that there was a handful of the weapons missing, as well as 2 or so uniforms. My thought is that perhaps that was the 2 pages who took the senator when we walked in and told us to wait here to be debriefed, and led to all this chaos.
Yeah. Fatma seemed like remarkably chill about that, about the possibility that the Emperor's Palace had been like infiltrated, but like weirdly uneasy about something else.
This is all very troubling.
Yes.
Well, I am not. Would you chill about this? I am quite troubled.
I can see that you're heated.
Didn't. Didn't.
Actually, I don't know if I can because my passive perception's not that high. So
He's not currently heated, so.
Oh, okay.
I think the only person that's noticed it so far is Emil. This is
I would
this
love
is very
for you
troubling.
to make that joke, and then we could open this up for discussion.
What'd you say?
I would love for you to make that joke, and then we can open up for discussion. I'm just spitballing here.
I did make the joke. That he's heated.
Oh, fabulous. I would like to bring that up to the group then in some very natural discussion-based way. To reaffirm your joke and insinuate that this dude has fire coming out of his hands and possibly the rest of his body. To not disclude his anus. Dude's a fucking firecracker.
I mean,
Emil
he
says
does like hot
casually
sauce,
and
so-
surreptitiously.
So is that verbatim what you're saying? Because that'd be a very interesting way to approach this to the with the group.
Flaming butthole, literally.
No.
It always comes back to the
That
holes.
said some
Look, I have a condition, okay?
multiple holes.
My gird.
No, said in a completely normal way that makes a lot more sense. Yeah, just that's the vibe you're getting.
Are you you're saying that in front of him?
Yeah, kind of like, this guy.
And are you insinuating something, Defender Emil?
Man, I wish. Yeah, I'm insinuating that you're hot. You got a lot of like fire coming off of you and stuff. Yeah, fire fingers.
You mean this? And he wiggles his fingers and the air ripples from heat. And everybody sees it very visibly.
Yeah, that's the one. There you go. Thanks. You guys see that?
Nice trick.
Insinuating, more like incinerating.
Wait, I missed it.
He snaps his fingers and flame appears in his hand.
Ah,
He's like, "You're concerned by this? You don't know that I graduated top of my class at the academy. I am a magus. I've spent the majority of my life dedicating my life to the studies of the arcane.
Oh yeah, speaking of mages, that is who the Magus of Tassoc, that is who, yeah, you should be worried. You should be worried about the Magus of Tassoc.
Howlefeller?
Yeah, yep.
The man's a fool. I trained under him for a while. He's harmless. But
Okay, well, I mean, like, it's
If
not really
he's-
necessarily so much about the magical skill as it is about, like, the political sway with the
Oh.
people with the star shards.
with the intel you brought previously, Howlefeller contacting people, that could be troubling. If he were to unite with this, would you call them the Eclipsed? Interesting. I must go see to Palace Security, though. This is very troubling information. But we are still on the hunt for Aurora Gauss. Shield Team South has failed us. So far, you have had the greatest success rate on your missions. I will be tasking you with going to find Aurora after I finish gathering intelligence. We'll need to depart very soon. Take the hour to prepare yourselves, and I will be back to brief you in 1 hour. And with that, he turns on his heel and heads out the door at a very brisk pace.
Sir. I got a quick question.
What?
I'm gonna like run up to the door
Sure.
and like quietly go over to him and pull the parchment out and be like, so I got this list in my chest. I'm pretty sure it's from Princess Jaina, but it doesn't say
His eyes
Jaina on it.
flash with anger when you say Princess Jaina.
You can be mad at her. That's fine. Can I kill these people? Are you okay with that?
Do any of them belong to the royal service or the imperial armed forces?
Not that I'm aware of. I believe they're all TFM.
They're TFM. They're targets for murder. Get them.
All right. Thank you, sir. I will handle this? And he
I
puts
just
the
wrote
parchment
targets
back
for
in.
murder is an acronym. That's
Ah,
silly.
I can't even put it on the spot. It's great, right? Thank you, thank you.
Sometimes TBI helps.
Right? Yeah. So.
All right, that's all I had before he departed.
And he heads out briskly.
Fate immediately sprints to the quartermaster.
Tasha looks around. Well, I guess I need some green beans.
Jesus Christ.
And she'll come on, Daisy. And Daisy hops down, just clink, 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 walking across the floor in her brand new chainmail armor, which Tashi very clearly is walking Daisy slowly across the floor to show it off to all of you. But of course, she's too proud to say anything out loud. Tink, 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 tink.
Oh my god, Tashi,
That's a
that's
compliment.
fabulous.
What? Oh, this
Compliment.
whole thing? Oh, it was nothing. Rupa's here did most of the work. Don't know where my... Darn, I was getting my
Yep,
chainmail
I'm a
out.
craftsman
But...
at heart.
Thank you. Well, Daisy and I are off to get some green beans. We'll see y'all soon. And Tashi heads out. Rupa's like, I think some grubs would be nice. And also hops out. Because I don't want to roleplay them.
That's fair.
Valid. Okay. All right. Petra wants to go see about. I don't really know who I need to talk to about this. I know that like irritating apothecary guy is not. He's at our home base. So hopefully a less irritating apothecary works here. Petra wants to see.
He was the kind of brigade doctor, as it were. There's not brigades, but you know what I mean. He was the unit medico.
Corman, if you will.
Corman plus plus.
HM4. Yeah, he was
What?
an HM4.
Corman plus plus.
Okay. Cool.
'Cause-
Well, Petra's gonna go see Doc.
All right, Petra's going to Doc. Fate's going to the quartermaster.
So
everyone else up
is
to?
Stony.
Stoney's
Or is
also
anyone
going to
buys-
quartermaster.
Is there anywhere to buy things, or is that just quartermaster?
That's quartermaster.
Okay, yeah, Stoney's going there.
All right. Fate and or not Fate. I'm sorry. Wagat and Emil, what are you guys up to? Sorry, what the hell was that noise?
It's my Wagat noise.
So
I thought your kid had
Wagat's
grown up.
sitting there at the table still, and his ears are kind of up, and he's like kind of like touching the tips of his ears, just kind of like feeling them. My ears are cold.
What the fuck?
Do you want me to knit you some ear covers?
Absolutely.
I just imagine him with like the little hat that has the ears that come out, but then it has like little like hoodies that go over them.
That might be nice, but no, there is a chill on the air. It is a common sign from the 8th realm behind the veil. I sense myself losing the path to my charge.
What the hell are you talking about?
Ooh, wait, this might be a good time. Everybody come back in the room. Don't go anywhere yet. I like drag everybody back in and try to like sneakily like shh and close the door.
Petra cooperates uncharacteristically.
Stoney's just confused. This guy's caught talking nonsense.
Is Fate
I
long
don't know.
gone?
He might be on the circuit.
Yeah, I'll be here if you're telling some weird secret.
Okay, everybody, listen. I don't know what I found, but I went to go look for stuff. I didn't find what I was looking for, but I did find this other stuff instead, and I tried to describe what I found in a lot of really good detail with intelligence and tact. Oh, still? Oh, okay, cool. Sweet. It was Rosie farting. That's why my voice fell off.
Oh.
Sorry. Okay, so with all of the tact and intelligence that Emil can muster, which is not mine, I forgot what I found. I found this.
We're
I
all
found
really
this
good
ocean
at typing.
symbol. This is going well. I found an ocean symbol. I think it's Asarak's emblem, but symbols.
Who? What? Say that again.
And then there was like this room. It was hidden. I went into the room, and I know this has nothing to do with your charge, but I just wanted to clarify here that there is some weird ghostly stuff happening here, and it's all kind of weird. I was walking out of this room, which was hidden, so I thought maybe there was like a breeze or something, but I got bam, it was something cold, and it was just a lot. And then I found Guardian 3rd degree rank, which wasn't mine. I didn't have it there. You know what I'm saying? So obviously someone was in there that wasn't us, which makes sense because it's a big building. But the thing that I'm trying to tell you here is that there was a creepy room while you guys were asking people questions. I think I got the gist of what you asked, but I wanted to let you know that there are hidden rooms here with stuff. And
Brandon,
something's going on.
Mhm.
How often do we see soldiers with the Guardian 3rd rank?
Fairly seldom. They're not dissimilar to like an 03, maybe 04. And so they're somewhat
So they're
specialized.
around, but there
There are a few
not
of
everywhere.
them. Correct.
Okay.
So
And
the one we encounter the most is definitely our immediate supervisor. Love that. Slay. That's juicy gossip. Petra's thrilled.
So just to be clear, you described that there were parchments with this seal that you think might have been Tassoc and the rank and the ghostly presence, correct?
And the room was hidden. Yeah.
Oh,
Indeed. And the room was hidden. Perfect.
And the documents were all kind of fuckery business. There was some sort of thing to them. Yeah.
There was some sort of thing to them.
They were empty documents. Looked like they were maybe there to be places like fake routes,
Like a
aren't
blank
empty
letterhead.
documents just pieces of paper?
Exactly. With a symbol on them. How do you get that? How do you even get that? It took me a lot to get that.
Not dissimilar to the concept of letterhead.
Yeah. So
Um,
Petra's gonna ask if by
Did you-
chance. I already
did you-
know from metagame that you didn't. But did you bring one? Did you take one with you for us to examine
No, but I
it
can
for
draw
its legitimacy? What?
Why would we want to examine it for the legitimacy? No. I can draw it if you would like. Emil seems very helpful that this would need to be investigated.
But
Did
if
you-
you can draw the seal, anyone can draw the seal. So it would be good if we could see.
good.
I believe you, but it'd be cool if I could validate that it was authentic.
So do
Do
you
you think
No.
someone's just having a drawing session?
Sorry, you cut out.
Oh, shit. So you think someone's having a drawing session? It's Rosie. She's farting a lot. Sorry.
That is no. I think that's overly optimistic. I think that someone might have committed treason. Actually,
is there a chance you raided a supply office?
Well, it's not our kingdom that would have that kind of, letterhead.
right?
So where'd it come from? And then there was this weird cold thing. It might have just been because I was getting cold and low blood sugar, but there's no way to know for sure. So realistically, there could be ghosts that are helping the infiltrators create this massive network with all of these documents, and those documents are being used to falsify what we are doing and undermining it. Or everything could be quite sure.
I like the way you're thinking, and at some point, I would like to see the hallway.
Stoney's convinced they're both crazy now.
You would go to the hallway? I would love to go to the hallway. I think I could go with backup.
Okay. Petra?
You want to go to the quartermaster first, though? I need something. Spent way too much energy on that.
Petra's feeling really stressed out about breaking the rules by going to places that we're not allowed to go to. But she's even more stressed out by treason. What's worse, going to the level you're not allowed to, or conspiring against your emperor. She's gonna go to Doc and think about it, and she'll get back to you shortly.
Alright, did anybody else have anything to contribute to the conversation before everyone breaks off to go shopping?
Shopping.
Delightful. Did you guys split up all the goods from Nathamo's house? I think you guys did. I just want to make sure.
So we sold the gems and
Uh-huh.
then split the total gold. And then I believe we gave the Cloak of Billowing to Rupus.
Mm-hmm.
Then there was the Wand of something of conducting.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I think we got that one.
Yeah. And then I think the bag went to Stony.
I got the bag of
I
holding.
think it's not a bag of
It
holding.
wasn't a
it's like
bag of holding. It was
Hopper
Heward's
Shopper's.
handy haversack.
Yeah,
I remember that.
I think that's what it was. It was either that or to Petra.
Is that is that an actual item in D&D?
It is an actual item in D&D.
Okay.
Yeah, Petra did not want that, but she did ask for the necklace of adaptation.
There you go. So Petra got that then. Then we had. I don't think we did anything with the shields. One was the face shield. I don't remember what the other one was. And then the chainmail of gleaming. Did somebody take
That's
that?
what you gave to make.
That
or
was for
Daisy made
Daisy.
chainmail. So she has gleaming chainmail armor. It's beautiful.
And then what was the scroll?
It was a scroll of poison spray.
I think that would probably have gone to either Petra or Wagad.
Petra didn't want it.
Do
She
you want a
can
Wagad?
cast poison.
Poison spray. It's not really my forte. Maybe we should just sell it.
Sure.
Probably get a different scroll of a similar value.
As a necklace of adaptation is kind of sexy. It's counterintuitive, not what you'd think. It's not a traditional necklace. It's kind of like a backwards facing, like wraparound collar, kind of pointy, and then it has like dangly little charms.
Nice.
Yeah. And then so I can't remember
Link.
what the two shields were that you had said.
There was a sentinel shield.
shield.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, sentinel shield and shield of expression.
Bingo.
Yeah. And I think I'm the only one that uses shields, and I didn't want either of them. So I mean, we could sell those if we want. Although there's no cost associated with the shield of expression.
Shield of expression, I'd give you 50 gold for.
And what about for the sentinel shield?
Give you 75 for it.
So 125.
And then for that spell scroll, I'd give you another 20.
So 145 gold. Do we want to just keep like a petty gold for us to utilize as a group as necessary?
Actually, I really like that idea because then, when we do like go to the quartermaster, like, I don't know, if someone is like short 5 gold or some shit, like, I love that. I think that's a great idea.
Okay, I'm gonna do a
Community
sticky
pot.
note. Petty gold, 145 GP. Cool beans. So I think that covers it because then everyone else had their own individual things from there.
Who took the potion of greater healing?
There was 2 potions. Were they both greater healing, Brandon?
Thought I only gave you guys one.
I only have one on the list.
Yeah, 'cause
I
I
have
only had
2
one
on
potion of
mine.
greater healing.
Well, who wants that?
I also have only one potion on the list.
Okay.
Oh, no. I don't. You should probably take it. You or Tashi, since the both of you seem to incur the most physical harm.
Emil
I'd
looks
say-
hurt. Like,
Neil, you
emotionally.
make potions.
I do.
I would say give it to Tashi because they tend to fucking head charge into everything and they don't have healing capabilities like I do.
I will add it to
Not
Tashi's inventory if everyone agrees with that.
I'm good with it.
Emil, did you want to arm wrestle for it?
If arm wrestle means like hand it over, then yeah.
Let me
Strength
look
check.
at Tashi's inventory real quick. Tashi is more than happy to hand you the potion. She
Okay,
has
there you
4
go.
potions of healing. She's just been hoarding those bitches. Alright. Well, everything looks like it's all split up. So, you guys are good to go shop. Remember, you are on a 1-hour timeline. I'm not going to hold you guys to an actual real-world hour, but I will be taking into account what you guys are doing and kind of guesstimating how long it's been. I'll give you guys regular updates on your time. We'll start with Jordan. You're at the
Quartermaster.
As you walk in, you see an extremely tall, high elf standing behind the counter. Very pale face, sharp features, the elven ears, one with a little notch taken out of it, a couple scars across their face. But they're not... They are like skinny jacked, if that makes sense. Like, this dude's just all lean muscle, wearing a rock climber build, right? Like, pictures of me from my high school days, you know. What up? Wearing like this Vietnam style tank top, like Vietnam called and they want their shirt back. Totally not in regulation, but you can tell this guy gives 0 craps, right? And it just looks like he just hates everything around him. He looks, he says, "What do you want?"
Fate is going to put his old greatsword on the table, and he is also going to put... There's one other thing. Actually, yeah, his chainmail as well. He's going to say, "How much can I get for these 2 things?"
Greatsword and chainmail.
50 for greatsword, 75 for chainmail per D&D Beyond.
No big deal. I can give you... See, looking at the condition, I have to rephrase. I can afford to give you 115 gold out of the coffers.
Sounds good. And then Fate's gonna put the outside of the wines that had been gathered, which was a Adagassi blue and a Sayokeka red and a Cuckoo white. Fate had the 5 next highest value bottles per Petra's recommendations, and he's gonna put those out in front and say, "How much can I get for these?"
Oh, these are great vintages. As a quartermaster, I can't officially accept these, but as a collector myself, he pulls out his own coin purse. I know my partner would be very pleased to have some of these. He looks side to side. It's like, "I'm not supposed to do this, but I can give you 200 gold for the lot."
Sounds good to me.
Oh, he drops 200 gold. He's going to take out 20 platinum instead, you know, that's the equivalent, and give that to you instead. And he just kind of like scoops them into a sack that looks strangely like a handy haversack, and kind of drop them in there and stuff it under the table. It's like, "I'm sorry, you'll have to take those somewhere else. We can't officially accept those. What else do you need?"
I was hoping to purchase some plate mail.
You know, buddy, I just happened to get some plate mail in last week. I was supposed to be holding it for, you know, it doesn't matter. Let's get you some plate mail.
Lovely.
All right, and
I'm assuming 1,500.
Typically it's 1,500, but I can give it to you for 12. Let's
Deal.
just keep everything else on the DL.
Gotcha. 100% too easy. And then Fate's going to inquire to where he might be able to imbue his greatsword, his moon touched greatsword, to make it, you know, if you could quantify it, a +1.
Oh, I don't know about anybody around here who could do that. I mean, you could talk to the magus, the supply magus, but I don't even know if they could enchant things like that. It's very difficult to enchant an enchanted thing. extremely costly, and you have to have someone who is very, very particularly trained. But you can ask them.
Do you think would it be easier if I just used a general, normal greatsword?
Significantly, but you'd still have to find someone who could do it. I don't know of anybody, at least here, that could do it. I know we have a couple of individuals out at some of the other smiths on the other islands that their whole purpose is, you know what? There are the magi who imbue the star shards and craft the items. But they're in the sub dungeons of this building, and no one's allowed access there. It's very highly restricted. Maybe you could ask your commander to requisition something for you.
I think that is a phenomenal idea. Do you think they'd have a hard time doing it with a already somewhat enchanted weapon, or for those people this is, pennies easy?
They create unheard of magical items powered by star shards. I think they could do it. It would just take them time. It would have to go on their list.
Easy enough. And by chance, in this lovely building, is there any tattoo artist of sorts?
There aren't. Not that I know of.
Darn. Okay.
I can give you a brand if you want. I'm really good at that.
No. Thank you, Stony, but no.
Okay.
Let's see, is there anything else? Do you have any magic wares that are readily available at present?
I don't. That's all the combat mages.
Oh, okay, well, I'll go look for them, and if I happen upon some more beverages, would you like me to check with you first?
I will give you a great price on any rare vintages you can bring me.
All right.
I'm
Noted.
sorry,
Very
I'm not
nice.
able to. It's against regulation for me to accept those items. You would have to go see a civilian purveyor of goods.
Of course, this makes sense since this is military installation. All right. Well, I appreciate the plate mail, and I will go and talk to the battle mages.
Indeed. All right, Stony, I believe you were also at the quartermaster.
What do you have?
A lot. I have weapons, armor, supplies for
What
your
supplies
missions.
do you have?
What
I really don't
supplies
use
do you
weapons
need?
or armor. What's most commonly, I'm new to this whole soldier thing. What's the most common thing you think people usually should walk out with?
A good pack that fits right. Quality.
See, I got
boots,
this
a
I got this
canteen.
magical one. Like, it's so light, but so much is in it.
Caesar haversack. He's like, the unit could very much use a haversack like that. I'd be more than willing to take that off your hands for a reasonable price.
I got so much money right now, man. Like,
So
this is the best backpack I've ever had.
So is that a
I
no?
would kill for this.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, that's a no. Got it. Well, like I said, I would recommend a good pair of boots, a good fitting bag, and a good canteen. Other than that, depends on your mission and who you are.
I'm Stony.
That's delightful.
Do you have any farming supplies?
He pulls out a sickle, a trowel, and he's like, and I, for some reason, have a plow in the back.
Oh, I'll buy the plow.
It's one of those fancy new models. It's a little bit pricey.
That's even. How much is it?
100 gold.
Oh yeah, I'll buy that plow. Who can I talk about shipping things? Do you have a shipping department?
Uh,
Oh, wait, I know a guy already. Never mind. We got a thing.
okay.
Do you have any livestock?
No, this is the military supply house. Oh, man.
Yeah, what do you think the military eats?
No, I do not have any livestock.
Does
Jordan, you and
anyone
Sam
have
are
any-
blowing up my Slack, and so the stream is just going to be because I can't get it to shut up.
Does anyone have livestock like on this base? Because I mean, you guys got to eat something, right?
We just eat the delivered food.
Oh well, that's not efficient. How about I got a proposition for you.
I'm not a fan of being propositioned.
You guys should just cut out the middleman and just raise your own farm right here.
Look, I don't have time for this nonsense. Do you
Who
need
does?
supplies or not? There are people waiting.
Yeah, they're with me. They can wait. Who do you know that does have time for this?
I don't know. You should go talk to the cooks in the dining facility. They might know where the supplies for food come from.
Awesome. So about that plow, can I I'll need help moving it. It's a plow after all, and you said you don't have any livestock here, so that's already an issue.
I have no idea why we even have this plow. I can probably have it put on one of the logistical transports and sent to another installation.
Where is it?
The plow? It's in my supply room back here.
Can we bring it around front?
I mean, we probably could bring it around front, to the front of the counter.
No, like to the front of the building. Does it have wheels or anything?
It's on a pallet that has wheels. Yes.
Okay.
You do realize you're on the 17th floor of a tower in the middle of the secured district of the capital city.
Don't worry, I got a plan. Just leave me to the plow.
Okay, he does. He shows you where the plow is.
Could an ox get out of this building?
You are on the 17th floor of a secure military facility and palace in the center of the secure district of the capital city. You do have a hangar with the fiery dart on this floor.
Okay, well, I guess I'll take it the fiery dart. Where's the supply guy I talked to last time that shipped the cow for me?
Oh, he's at your other base, the one at Turtle
Damn
Court.
it. Okay. Well, I'll get it to the ship then.
Okay.
What's the biggest animal that can fit through the doors here that can also haul a plow?
Horse?
Okay, Stony will go to the plow and turn into a horse and haul it to the ship.
I should have known. Yes, you're able to haul. People are astounded that this horse, this random ass horse, is leading itself through the halls, pulling a plow on wheels into the hangar.
Is the supply guy shocked at all, or is he just?
He looks completely dumbfounded.
Awesome. Okay. So Stony goes to the ship and he writes on it, "Here's a plow, Stony." And next time he has a chance to ship that off, he's going to ship it off.
Delightful. Captain Mo looks completely flabbergasted that a plow just randomly shows up at her ship, but she rolls with it.
She more flabbergasted the horse turned into Stony.
You know what? She's not surprised by that at all. She's just like, yep, that checks out. Okay. All right. Stony, anything else?
He'll go talk to the cooks about setting up a farm nearby to really consolidate this whole meat situation because it's just not efficient.
They actually seem very interested by the concept and start talking about the potential logistics of how this would be done and where it could happen. Talking about the different farms that they do coordinate with, but how it would be so much better if they were the ones overseeing the farms. That way they could better regulate the quality of the product.
Listen, I know some people. I have some capital.
Are you interested in going? I mean, officially, I can't go into business about this, but they start talking about how unofficially.
Listen, I got 15 minutes before I go on this secret mission. So just think about it and we'll get back to me. The name's Stony.
Frankenfurter. I look forward to hearing from you.
No, I'm looking forward to hear from you. You gotta. I already told you my bit. You gotta tell me your bit next. So you gotta figure out things.
Now, come and see me when you're back in town.
Okay. How about okay? Then that's it for Stony.
Requited lover.
All right, Petra. You walk into the medical bay, and you see a short person with long hair from behind. They're short. They're kind of stocky, very stout. Long red hair braided down the back, tied with a white silk ribbon. Bent over an injured person, very deftly performing some sort of procedure on them. As you walk in, you hear their voice. "Be right with ya." This I can't do it. Beautiful, gentle, lilting, feminine voice. Not at all what you expect from the short, stocky individual there. After a moment, they finish doing what they're doing. Like, all right, now keep that dry for the next 48 hours. After that, you can let wet, warm water run over it and wet, soapy water run over it, and you can pat it dry, and that's it. No soaking, no tubbing for at least a week. Come back in 10 days, and we'll see if we can take those out, okay, hun? Anything else I can do for you? Great, now get the fuck out of my med bay. Turns around. What do you want?
No soaking, no tubbing, no clubbing. Sorry.
That's right, Chief said. Dry socks and Motrin.
Petra's taken aback.
I'm so sorry, that was a little gruff. How can I help you today? Welcome to the med bay. I'm pretty busy. What do you need?
I'm sorry, stop. No, Petra's not stalling. I'm stalling. Petra's responding in a timely manner.
Okay.
Okay. This lady seems like she's has a short wire temper. Short wire, is that a short wire? Anyway.
Calling the dwarf short. I love it.
Oh, sorry. Limited.
No, I appreciated it.
Short temper. Okay, Petra's gonna compliment her braid and then tell her that she's looking to purchase truth serum and antitoxin.
Well, I do have a fresh shipment of antitoxin. Truth serum. I might have some. Let me check my supplies. Give me a minute. Comes back after a few minutes. She's like, sorry about before. I get really irritated when people do stupid things to hurt themselves. It's kind of a pet peeve. You don't do stuff like that, though, do ya? No, you look like a responsible gal.
I consider myself abundantly cautious.
She looks.
Some would say too cautious.
She looks you up and down. You know, I appreciate that in a being. And
Cool.
she pulls out 2 vials. She's like, I do happen to have some antitoxin and some truth serum. Now, I'm not supposed to part with the truth serum. There's a certain pointy-nosed, angry man who doesn't like when I get rid of it because he likes it for his, what does he call them? Sentient being intelligence resource gathering missions? Some kind of, his interrogations.
Well, the good news is that without the truth serum, he couldn't possibly get it out of you who you gave it to.
My thoughts exactly.
Cool, great. Petra asks what that's going to run her for, I guess, a single truth serum. And how much antitoxin does she have?
She says she can spare 1 vial.
Okay.
I think I could part with these for 220 gold.
Whew. All right. That's pricey, but Petra's fine with that. She makes the purchase.
Although, if you bought me dinner, it could be a little less.
Petra blushes a deep plum, and is like, "Sorry, I think I'm only going to be in town for one night."
Well, that's unfortunate. Well, if you get bored on that one night, let me know.
I'll bear that in mind. Petra gathers up her vials, and they're like clanking, and it's like very clumsy, and slides her 220 gold over and skedaddles on out of there.
You hear her chuckling gently as you leave.
You said 220, sorry.
220. 220.
Cool. Fabulous. Petra's gonna head to the quartermaster's.
All right. Was anybody else shopping, or were the rest of you just preparing to sneak on down the stairs?
I wanted to shop a little bit.
All right. You going to the quartermaster, I believe you said?
Yep.
All right. Head on over. You see the same person. It's Stoney's coming out pulling that plow. You walk on in,
Nay.
and you see just a very confused looking high elf.
Can I tell it's Stony? Can I like intuit?
It's a
that's
horse.
Stony?
You,
Exactly.
it
It's
does
the-
not look like Stony.
It's
It looks like a horse.
I'm asking Brandon.
It is also the first and only time that you have seen an animal, aside from the animals you have brought, inside one of these buildings. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
If I don't, I'm gonna be devastated.
How would you be devastated? You wouldn't know to be devastated.
I think I know.
No.
Somehow, you're able to tell by his jaunty little walk and the way his mane sways in the wind, and maybe a mark that he seems to have, that might be Stony. And the fact that it's the only animal you've seen pulling a plow through a military tower might indicate that that could also be a crazy person like Stony.
Stony looks there and gives her a nice.
I don't attempt to do that back, but I like sounds of ascension that we know each other.
All right. You walk in and
I
the
go up to
quartermaster
the-
is like, are you... Please tell me you're just looking for normal
Like
things.
him? No, he's a one of a kind.
Are you just looking for normal things? I don't... Just...
Yeah.
I've been having a day. What do you need?
Oh, well, I hope it hasn't been too bad of a day. You need to get out on a boat somewhere.
I get seasick.
I was wondering, what? People still get that? I thought that was like, done. I thought we were over that as a. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Well, that's no matter. I was wondering, because my friends are obviously furry and the other one has like a little friend, if you have any mascots. I've heard things about Shirkhaven mascots, and I love those little guys. You got one on your person right here. Right now?
Mascots? You're looking for animals?
No, not those. Little creatures. Very cuddly, in fact.
Creatures.
Strixhaven are little like robots, but they're friends, and
What's a robot?
They're magic toys. They're magic toys.
Toys.
Mechanical thing.
He looks at the quartermaster sign above him, and all the swords on the walls and the rations on the other wall. It's like, I don't typically carry toys.
That's fair. Okay. Well, that's
But-
unfortunate. I'll have to ask my patriot.
Hold on. Are you friends with the... He describes Fate.
The wine guy? Yeah.
Look,
He's given us great pointers. I don't really know
If-
what else he would be.
for a friend like that, let me know what you're looking for, and I might be able to try to find it, okay?
Okay, fabulous. I tell him the list. And then, I was able to find pretty much everything else that I wanted, and I just wondered if you have any upgrades to this javelin that I've got, and I pull up my 2 javelins and see if he's got any more.
I have more javelins. I don't have anything better quality than what you have here for these javelins. Are you looking for ranged weapons, though? Is that what you
just
need?
javelins. Why? What kind of ranged weapons you got? I
Well,
mean,
it depends what you're trained with, what you're
not
proficient
kinda.
in.
Yeah. I gotta find that. Pretty much just handheld. How do I describe these? Handheld. proficient in handheld, simple weapons. I'm very simple when it comes to weapons. I just have a base need, or anything that's really, martial.
No, well, with that, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get you. I mean, I could get you a hand crossbow.
Oh
Or a
no.
light crossbow.
I guess that's perfect. I will just not buy that, and I will come back later. You have a wonderful day. Did you notice anything funny? Any people running around? Weird things going on?
Notice anything funny? Weird people running? What do you mean?
Well, like, I would notice it if somebody came down the hallway without wearing all of their uniform, maybe missing a rank insignia or anything like that.
He looks at his
Ghostly
slightly tattered uniform, missing sleeves, and his out of regulation haircut and says, I really don't pay attention to that kind of thing.
See, I know you would have to, because you know that what you're doing is like so suave. It's done with such panache that you must be aware that there's some standard and that you're not abiding by that. But I hear you. Do you have any experience with ghostly apparitions in the area?
Ghostly apparitions?
Yeah, like
Troop,
place
I don't
haunted
know
or
what you're talking about. Are you partaking of your buddy's wares?
No, but I should probably go get some snacks, and then I like scurry off and go get my own food.
All right. what are you up to?
Actually, I was just waiting to suggest that maybe we could take a 10-minute break.
I do have to pee, so that sounds good to me. When we come back, we'll lead with Bagat, and then we'll head back to Fate, who is trying to go to the combat magus, I believe, and then to Petra, who is going to the quartermaster. All right. And with that, we'll be back in 10 minutes. We'll see you then.
Oh, yeah. all three of our viewers.
All three of you. Welcome back to Vets Play D&D with us, the Vets Play D&D. Thank you for a slightly longer than 10-minute break. We were reminiscing about previous campaigns where our players joined the BBEG after committing complete ecological terrorism by killing all of the whales, or at least making it so the whales would die off eventually. Fun times. If you want to know what we're talking about, go ahead and check us out on YouTube and look at our Pseudonol campaign. If you think we're crazy here, you ain't seen nothing yet. Although you do see Liv's camera continually wigging out, and that is something. All right, so I believe we're all still shopping. Bait, you're going to the combat mages, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. You walk in, and you see this the top of a pointy hat sticking out from behind the counter with a single blue feather on top of it. Just kind of wiggling back and forth.
Hi, I like your feather.
Huh? Who's up there? And you see this little tiny hand pop up on the counter, another tiny hand, and this little face pops up, the face of a gnome. And he's like, "Hi, my name's Trink. What can I do for you?"
Hi, Trink. I was wondering what magic items you might have readily available, not for requisition, just for upfront purchase.
Upfront purchase? Well, you come to the right place. I just got a decent shipment. Is there anything in particular you're looking for? Or any types of items?
I think the main one that I'm hoping you might have would be something like a ring of protection of sorts.
A ring of protection? Let's see, I have some rings in here somewhere, I know. And he starts looking around. I was like, "You're in luck. I do happen to have a ring of protection right here."
Oh, man. How much does that typically go for?
Well, usually these go for about 120, but I could probably go for 110.
Sold. I'll do the 120. That seems like a great deal to me.
Oh, heck. All right. It's very clear that this guy is very disorganized. He wasn't even looking at a register or a manifest or anything. He's just kind of like pulling numbers out of his hat. What else can I do for you?
Completely fine with that. Are you aware of anyone who can do any form of magical tattoos?
Well, down in town, there's this guy. He calls himself Tiny Tats. But they look magically great. I just don't know if they're actually magical. He says he imbues them with things that make people healthy or give them a little bit extra luck, but I don't know about that.
I think I might have to avoid that. I don't quite have the time to run down to town. I guess
No one here in the tower, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah. I talked to the quartermaster about enchanting a weapon that I have, and he said that there's probably not anyone that can do it in the main area where we are, but maybe the Star Shard Forgers down in the basement might. I'm just wondering if you feel the same way, or if you're magically inclined in that capability.
I'm a war mage by training, so I'm not great at enchanting things, but I do know that the Shardiers down in the sub-basement would be able to do something like that. It's a restricted area, though.
Shardiers?
Shardiers.
Okay.
They work with the shards. They're Shardiers.
Oh,
Who are you? Why are you in my shop?
no,
I
I'm
thought you were
asking
going to the
you-
quartermaster shop.
I'm asking Brandon.
Look, I have TBI. I make up fun words. Deal with it.
Well, I'm just asking. Okay, I feel like they're inviting themselves to all kinds of insults, but
Probably.
I sharded myself.
but it's really hard to really communicate with them. If you have a special need, I'm sure your commander could try to get that approved.
Definitely.
If you're asking me, the only one we're talking to or working with is Shardir Nitron. She's a maestro of her craft.
I will keep that in mind. Thank you very
boy.
much. I guess the only other question I has, what scrolls do you have that would be good for a not supposed to be known operation?
Depends. Is this not supposed
You're
to be known
muted, my
operation?
friend.
It depends. Is this not supposed to be known operation and not supposed to be known that you blew everything up, or not supposed to be known that you were there kind of operation?
Probably both.
I like the way you think. Well, let's see what I've got. It starts digging through stuff and pulls out a couple scrolls. It's like, no, this one won't help. No, that won't be any good. Aha! And he pulls out a scroll that is it's like red-orange, and the ends of it are kind of charred. The smell of burnt paper fills your nose, and a little tendril of smoke comes wafting off the end. Like, you're gonna love this one. This is a scroll of fireball.
Oh, that is nice. Okay. That must be a custom item popping up.
Honestly, you would just be able to cast the spell fireball once.
Okay. Do you have anything that helps with stealthiness, or even not a scroll? Like, do you have any like boots or other things that might make it a little harder to track me?
Trying to do. I know elven kind.
False tracks.
You want false tracks? That's gonna be elven kind.
Okay.
So
Although, yeah, Elvenkind would also be great if he has them.
he would have elven tracks. Let me see. Or elven kind. Let me see false tracks. Read it real quick. Yeah, you could get false tracks. They're gonna be 800.
How much are the Elvenkind ones?
Those would also be about 800.
800, yeah, I'll take the I'll take those Elvenkind ones off your hand if you're so obliged.
Yep. Don't even have them on the roster yet. No one will miss them.
Oh, okay, awesome. Well, I appreciate all your help, and I will definitely look into Shadir and Nitron. See what we can get there. Appreciate the information.
Shardir, not Shadir.
Shardir.
They get very offended if you mistitle them.
I will ensure that I do not do that. Thank you very much, sir.
Yes, you have a great one. Tell your friends. And he just disappears.
Will do.
You just see its little feather bouncing around again. All right, Petra, you walk in and you see the same elf everyone else did. So many of you today. How can I help you?
Petra's jaw drops. She's awestruck by this disheveled, out of regs looking man. It's his bad boy allure is just irresistible to her. And also, here's my big reveal. The reason why Petra got like so stressed out and nervous when that ginger goblin, that's not a thing. Ginger dwarf.
There you go.
What? Sorry, when that ginger dwarf was flirting with her, is because I made a character decision about Petra. And if this isn't proof that it's not a self-insert, I don't know what is. She is violently heterosexual. So
violently.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So Petra is super straight. Like,
can violent heterosexuality be one of our potential titles?
Violent heterosexuality. Think like ooh, 1 second. I have a visual aid.
I do love visual aids. Just for reference, we're probably at about 30 minutes of the hour right about now.
Like this kind of vibe, this heterosexual, like smutty romance novel, 99 cents at Goodwill, heterosexual.
All right.
That kind.
Like old timey heterosexual.
Yeah.
And I don't want to interrupt, but if you're not watching the stream chat, our loyal viewers are on fire tonight. And we love you guys. So thanks for being here. This is just... If I'm distracted, it's because I'm reading this chat.
Yeah, I
So,
just caught up on it. That's good stuff.
it's pretty fire tonight. Anyway, carry on.
Well, you know what else is on fire is Petra's loins at the sight of what's his name again? Sorry, I guess she doesn't
No one's
know.
asked yet.
Oh my god. Okay. Great. Sorry, he just said something. He's exasperated, but Petra it just went in one ear and out the other.
Yes, Adam.
Because
He was just asking a question. I answered. Keep going, Liv. You're good.
okay, yeah. Okay, cool. Well, she's gonna approach the table, desk, bench, counter.
It's counter.
Counter. I couldn't think of the word that they're called in stores.
I feel that in my oily bones.
I know you do. The store table, the buying surface. Okay, she's gonna walk up, and she's gonna try and compose herself and straighten up, and then she's gonna lean on the counter, one elbow, and make aggressive eye contact with our disheveled elf man, and say, "Hey, I'm Petra. Nice to meet you," and ask his name.
He kind of haltingly extends his hand. He's like, I'm Defender Hrung. Horse Hrung.
You did this to yourself.
Okay.
He had a different name 5 minutes ago.
Okay. Sorry, I'm taking notes. AKA writing in Petra's diary. All right. Petra's gonna say very suavely, "It is an absolute pleasure to meet him," and just gonna continue making aggressive eye contact, but not creepy. It's not creepy. And
Alaskan Care 911 says, remember violence. Grab and kiss him.
grabbing his, Petra loves a slow burn. So
I mean,
she loves a slow
doesn't
burn, but
everyone?
she hates a long distance relationship. So she's thinking to herself in the back of her mind, Skyfont's not her home port. This could get messy. But anyways,
love is messy, Petra. Love is messy.
love is messy. Okay. Petra is going to ask for. Sorry, I have notes of stuff that I want. I guess really the most important thing is, she's going to tell him that she's in the market for a jeweler's kit. Jeweler's tools. I don't remember.
You do look like a crafty sort. I think I have one of
Petra's
those around here somewhere.
Bat her eyelashes and tuck her hair behind her ear. Her ears are pointed and beautiful, and also she wears a lot of jewelry. That's cute. Anyways.
He does briefly eye your pointy ears, which are very akin to his pointed ears. And as you highlight them, he's like, "That's your ears are very shapely." I'm sorry, and starts looking around for a jeweler's kit.
She's blushing like eggplant colored, man. And her tail's like waving back and forth. Yeah.
Damn it.
And her tail's wagging, man.
Alaska Care is on fire tonight.
Yeah.
She says, or they say, that's what sending is for. Doesn't matter if it's not your home port. This is becoming a weird episode. He pulls out a jeweler's kit. Says, usually we charge about 10 gold for these, but this one might not be on the books. Here you go. Slides it across the counter at you. What are you doing later?
How has Petra gotten propositioned twice?
Petra says that she has a briefing, but no hard and fast plans after that.
No hard and
and
fast
fast.
plans. Well, maybe we could
Because she
change
likes it
that.
soft and slow.
Fucking A.
Well, if you're still around later, stop by and see me. The shop closes around 7 bells. I could show you a private defac.
She will bear that in mind. She winks flirtatiously and thanks him for his favor with the jewelry kit.
Don't mention
Jewelry-
it. Literally,
jewelers-
don't
jewelers-
mention it.
What jeweler's tools?
Precisely.
Well, I'm adding them to my inventory though. Shh. All right. Petra's gonna go to the combat mages, and then after that's her last shopping spree errand, and then she's going back to our little our room. I don't know what to call
Perfect.
it.
And before Fate left the combat mages, he had one more question to ask them, I believe.
Oh yeah, sorry.
No, you have nothing to be
You're
sorry
good.
about
He
it.
just messaged me.
Yeah, it was an oversight on my part. Do you by chance have a rose that is magically enchanted and will never die?
I don't have one, but I have been fooling with a spell that to kind of preserve food for field units. So far, I've been able to keep most biological things from spoiling, although it hasn't worked on recently severed limbs. The medics keep saying they're disappointed. The vasculature comes right back, but the nervous connections just don't work. It's befuddling. But so far I've been able to preserve food, so if you were to bring me a rose, I'm sure I could try to figure something out. Do you eat roses?
I don't. The intent is for it to just not wilt, essentially. So yeah,
You've got a special friend who must like to grow flowers. That's so cool. Very thoughtful of you.
Yes. I'm going to go find a rose and I will get back to you. And then Fate's just literally going to try and find the best looking rose in the palace, assuming, it's a palace, probably has a fucking rose somewhere. And then he's going to steal it and go back to the mage and pay for the enchantment.
Strangely, you remember a vase of roses over by the holding cells at one of the guards' desks. Must have been a birthday or
that's great.
something.
I'm going to steal one and pay for it to be enchanted.
Please give me a stealth check. Or a sleight of hand, your choice.
Let's see. Is this like stealth as in being...
Stealth is you would just try to sneak
Sound
over, grab it
sneaky?
without being seen. Sleight of hand, you go over there, you're not trying to be stealthy at all. You're just like, hey, what's going on? You see if you can just snatch one without anybody noticing while you're talking.
13.
Why is it not showing me? It's just showing me numbers, it's not telling me what the rolls are. What was that?
13 for stealth.
13 for stealth. Perfect. Are you wearing the plate armor you just got?
And the boots. Yeah. Do you want me to roll at disadvantage?
Yep.
Son of a bitch.
As you're trying to get over there, everyone's eyeballing you. Like, it's very clear that they see you as you're trying to like crunk like through the hallways. You grab one of the roses, and the person who the roses were delivered to, they look very horrified, like they're about to say something.
1 platinum. They just smacks down 1 platinum, takes the rose, and sprints.
Put it in their pocket. All right.
Yeah. So how much is the enchantment, I suppose?
Well, that was really fast. I didn't expect you to find a rose here in that short amount of time. But yeah, let's give it a shot. See if it works. Since I have no idea if it's gonna work, the supplies will cost me 3 silver.
Okay. Fate hands over 3 silver to our lovely little gnome.
All right, and he's plops himself down and starts on the counter and starts sprinkling things on it and muttering right as Petra walks in. How can I help you?
Sorry, I got distracted. What is he doing right now?
He is
As he
currently
says?
sitting cross-legged on a counter with a rose clutched between his feet, and then sprinkling
Sprinkling some
powder
shit
on
on
it and muttering.
Okay. She's curious. She asked what he's doing.
I'm making it so this rose doesn't wilt, I hope. Either that or it's going to catch fire and release a poisonous toxin gas. We'll find out.
Right.
Sham!
Okay.
Keep going, sorry.
Yeah, no. Does you like? You seem comfortable with multitasking, right?
Oh, yes, absolutely. What can I do for you?
Oh, okay, great. I am in the market for something that
Kalamazoo!
can
Keep going.
that'll help me pack a little extra punch magically in combat, if you know what I mean.
I do love punching and magic. Do you have Mage Hand?
What?
Keep going. Shizzle!
Cool. Well, in a perfect world, Petra would be looking for illusionist bracers, but that seems unrealistic. So she's actually just looking for scrolls. She just wants scrolls. Because warlocks don't have enough spell slots. Turns out.
Illusionist Bracers, the best thing for a warlock to have.
I know,
I'm not that
I know.
nice yet.
I've been dreaming about them.
Not quite
But
that nice
that's
yet.
Literally to pack an extra punch. Not much. Cantrip.
I have a few spell scrolls. Are there any particular spells you're looking for?
No, not really. I kind of just want like
Tutti Frutti!
anything that does damage. I don't want spells that.
Fate just says he has a
They're not
fireball
like-
scroll.
Oh,
yeah, I do
slay.
have one of those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be phenomenal.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, anything just like fire damage, lightning, poison, stuff like not poison. Actually, I don't need that.
I have
like
a
that.
scroll of fireball shizoodle for.
Actually, anything watery and or icy would actually maybe that would be good.
The closest I've got is chill touch,
Okay, chill touch, fireball,
and I've got a witch bolt scroll.
and a witch bolt scroll.
A scroll of witch
is
bolt.
that?
Yeah,
What is witch bolt?
it's witchy. It's bolty.
At the mention of icy spells, Bogat will kind of like sidle on into the distance or into the background.
Come on in. All a
And we will
cahoon.
re-
All right, guy. Here you go.
Okay,
And
so
Fate the
fireball, witch bolt. What did you say? Sorry, I already got distracted. Ice something.
Rose. Chill touch.
Chill touch, fireball, witch bolt. How much would those three together typically run me?
Let's see. We could probably look at 165 gold.
Seems like a steal. You got it yourself a deal.
Terrific. Hey, guy. Here's your rose.
Petra steps out of the way and takes her scrolls. And
Fate, I think
Fate.
he is addressing you.
That's your name, Fate.
Yes.
Here's your rose.
Oh, thank you. Did it work?
Well, we're not dead, so I think so.
Awesome. Well, thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. Let me know how your collector
Right.
friend likes it.
I will let you know. I gotta go though.
And if it does release a cloud of toxic gas and kills people, I need to know that too.
If it does, it will be a very interesting visit the next time I'm here.
I do love interesting. Have a great day.
Uh-huh. And Fate's gonna leave and just kind of stare at the rose, a little concerned but hopeful.
Petra, I'm sorry. Just with the Petra. Did you need anything else? Oh my gosh! Are you possessed? That was terrifying.
it's funny because Petra is half demon, so honestly, like, yeah, she kind of always is.
She's got a little demon in her.
Just a bit.
Yeah.
Possessed.
But yeah, that she says she's good. Thanks for your help.
Have a good
She's
one.
gonna go back to our room.
You look like a man of magical culture. How can I help you?
Indeed. Are you Frank?
Frank.
Mr. Inf...
Drink?
What is your... No, perhaps I was led to the wrong place. What is your name?
Who was Frankenfurter?
The supply master.
No, it was the cook.
Yeah, he was the
Oh,
cook.
was it?
Okay.
Oh.
Whew. I'm like, did I say he was the combat mages? Because this is supposed to be Twink. My name's
Frank.
what's that?
Twink as
Twink.
Frank. I thought his name was Trink with an R, so
No,
I was
no.
gonna make it. It's Twink.
Twink, as in very similar to Trink.
Okay, so but his name is Twink.
Twink, yes.
Twink.
And
is in a very-
does he exude Twink vibes?
He does
Or is
not.
he- Okay.
He is an anathema, so or enigma, not an anathema. No, my name is Defender Twink. What can I do for you?
Well, you have a good eye for the magical sort.
Are you
I have
radiated?
a problem. Indeed. I have a problem that I would like help with. As it says in the prophecy, my home is beneath a rock formation. It is what
Prophecy.
is
Rocks.
common.
Uh-huh.
Yes, everyone I meet seems to know that where I come from. Clearly, I'm the subject of some minor prophecy.
Uh-huh.
It is common that I don't understand something that I see. And what's more, I have to follow a ghost soon.
Uh-huh.
Do you have something that might help?
Huh. So you need help grasping the situation?
Yes.
Well, do I have just the thing for you? He dives into the pile of stuff, starts digging stuff out. Things are flying everywhere. Comes up top, pulls out a pair of kitchen tongs, slaps them on the counter. I have these! They're tongs
Ah,
of identify.
of course. Ooh.
They'll
Even
help
better.
you identify and grasp any situation. And
I'm
their
so glad
kitchen
this Twink
safe-
has a handle on grasping the situation.
and their kitchen
Jesus
safe
Christ.
up to 600 degrees.
600 degrees, do you say? That'll be quite in handy.
It'll almost survive fireball.
Almost?
Almost.
Is this just fucking Jabbo's cousin?
Thank
Can you
recognizing
describe
that.
the tongs a little bit?
Yes,
Like,
so
what
they
kind
are a set of just metal kitchen tongs, but the tang of each of the blades of the tong are encased in mahogany almost, nice wood. The tongs themselves, the ends, are shaped like a skeletal claws, right? And so it's like two skeletal hands, and they come together, and they're not hinged, they're just a curved metal. So it's all one piece, it's just been bent in half. They are immaculate, not a spot of patina or tarnish on them, except for looks like someone had scratched something into the wood of the handle.
Go on. Something is scratched into the handle. We'll pick them up and take a closer look.
Yeah, and it says Frank was here.
Okay. Frank was here. Oh. Well, not any longer. How much would you like for them?
Oh, geez, those are highly specialized. You can identify up to 4 things in a day, and then they charge back up overnight. Be careful though. If you use all 4 charges up, then there's a 50-50 chance it'll just fall apart right in front of you. Then it's kind of useless. But that's really useful. And I did promise it to. Well, he was only gonna give me. I'll give it to you for 1,000 gold.
Gold is no object. I have no concept of money.
I'll give it to you for 1,500 gold.
I heard 1,000. I didn't quite hear the last part. I heard something about 50-50. You want 500?
1,000 it is.
Okay. So Wagat produces the money, puts it on the table, and then takes the tongs and stuffs them in his pants.
Boy, for someone that doesn't have a concept of money, you sure know how to barter.
I know how to interpret when somebody wants something.
And be careful with those in your pants. They won't identify D's.
D's?
D's nuts.
Oh no. Okay. And then well,
Pull the
thank
sand
you.
out of your crack and throw it at him.
Yeah. Just throw it in his eyes and scurry out the door.
I just imagine Wagat when he scurries, just like gets on all fours, kind of like chitters around like a bug.
Oh,
I don't know
man.
why. Oh god, I'm not even drunk, and I feel like I'm being funny. I'm gonna stop now.
No, we like you. Keep it up. Not drunk Jordan is fun too. All right. Anybody else shopping anywhere else?
I'd love to come in and ask for I had his name a second ago. I would like to ask Kink's little shop of horrors and ask him what he's got in terms of javelins.
Tink?
Kink's Little Shop of Horrors, fabulous title.
It's not
Also,
Tink.
Twink's Little Shop of Horrors is an equally fabulous title.
You wanted a javelin of lightning, Emmy.
Yep, that's the one. Magical, shiny one. I'm munching on chocolate while we're talking.
Indeed. Let me check something. Sorry, I don't often let my players buy magical items, so it's taking me a little bit of... But I'm letting you guys do it because obviously there would be some amount of them available.
Such a wealthy empire.
Yeah.
It'd be strange if they didn't have some magic items laying around.
Well, and their whole claim to fame is that they are able to imbue seemingly normal items with high-powered spells to be powered by gems.
I wonder how many star shards it costs to make these tongs. Obviously, a very high
they
priority.
crackle with an ancient
the Emperor.
energy, and you don't see a shard anywhere. It's very interesting.
Oh.
That's one of the things with star shard empowered weapons and items is that they don't recharge at night. They have to be recharged by a trained magus at the source.
Having been at a like a lumber place, processing place in Shorten, I think it was. Does the wood look familiar to Wagat? Of the handle? Is it what mahogany, or does it just look like mahogany?
It's mahogany.
Oh, okay. Is there mahogany in the Saffron Empire?
There is. But not on the mainland.
Interesting.
All right. Yeah, I do happen to have a javelin of lightning. Yeah. But that's gonna cost you a pretty penny. Let's see. How much is that gonna cost you? Too many resources in front of me. This time he does actually pull out a roster or a manifest. Pardon me.
I kind of peer over the manifest. That's nice handwriting.
Why, thank you. My mother used to make me write things over and over and over because she said that I couldn't be a sloppy jerk like my father. I didn't know the guy, but he didn't sound like that bad of a guy. I mean, he helped make me. Anyway, that'll be 750 gold.
I like that you're not a jerk like your father. I would love to pay you 750 gold for this javelin.
Delightful.
I'm gonna go, how do you close that? Yeah, thanks for not being a jerk like your dad. I'm gonna go now. It was nice to meet you.
It was nice to meet you too, and thank you for not being a jerk.
I'd like to go sell all of my health potions to the nurse, please.
Yeah, you walk into the med bay and you see the aforementioned red-headed dwarf. And as soon as she turns, eyes you up and down. Well, hey there. How you doing?
Slut. Sorry.
I am doing fabulous now. How are you? Oh my.
Well, better than I was
goodness.
a couple of minutes ago.
You know, same though. This is such a wonderful day.
It
I
really
just came in
is.
to see if you need any help around the area, you know, handy with anything.
Handy, are ya? I do
Very
love a good set of hands.
fabulous. These ones made magical healing potions, but they can do other
Oh.
stuff. What do you want these?
Sure. How many of them are you looking to part with?
I've got two. I've got two here, just the right amount for two hands.
It is just the right amount. And she reached out and kind of caresses the edge of the bottle. These look like they're very well crafted. You must be really good at what you do.
Put a lot of time into them.
I do love someone that puts a lot of time into their work. I
Emil
could
has
give
mad
you
frizz.
I could give you 100 gold for them.
Make it 100 gold and some of your time later to talk over some intricate details of crafting, and you got yourself a deal.
Done. The of course the medical bay doesn't ever close, but my relief comes in at 7 bells. I would look forward to seeing you.
And in case we don't meet up at 7 bells, what's a good time to meet with you later? Should I have a calling card?
And she pulls out a piece of parchment and writes something on it and tucks it into your pocket. I'll see you later.
Damn, that was a tuck. Alright. Beautiful. Thank you.
Well, everyone but Wagat flirts with something. Stony.
Hold on, wait. Stony flirted with something? That was flirting?
No, Stony flirts with and talks dirty to his plow.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Would you
Yeah,
pay
That's
attention?
valid.
you're gonna plow so good.
They
Dane's
didn't talk
flirting
dirty
with
to anybody.
danger, as usual.
That you're flirting though.
No, I was just getting a rose prepared for
You're
later.
preparing to flirt.
Prepare to flirt!
Fair.
Flirt!
Yes. Anyway, Stony talks dirty to his plow.
Alaskan Care 911 says, Emil, I heard you're free tonight. Can I go rage with you?
It's even
Emil
funnier
would like
because
that.
Emil's isn't a barbarian. Ha!
Emil is.
Is it? I am.
Yeah, that's why I said it's even funnier.
Oh, I think
Because
Oh,
Emil is a
I
barbarian.
thought you said because they're not a barbarian.
No, it's
got
funny
it,
because
got
they
it.
are.
Okay.
Just added a few extra. It's fine. Oh God, live.
All right. Well, Stony flirts with this plow. Anybody else needs to do any shopping? Right about the 45-minute mark.
I don't necessarily want to RP this, but Wagat will also go out and get a pumice stone and a bag of salt and pepper mixed into one.
Pumice stone, salt, and pepper. 3 silver.
You got it.
Done. The cooks just look like they want to get you out of their kitchen as quickly as they can. They're the ones that have the salt and pepper. And so they just give it to you for free and ask you to not come back. But the pumice stone costs you 3 silver.
Okay. Nah, he just mumbles a thank you and kind of scurries out of the kitchen, out of their way. I'll leave you to your finer cuisine.
They actively wiping down every surface you came near touching and sweeping up behind you as you're walking out. It's honestly very offensive. But
Okay. Yeah. I imagine there's probably a refuse bin near the door. Wagat's gonna palm eat an apple core or whatever. Just throw it in his pocket.
I love that. I love how you said you didn't want to RP this and I still forced it on you, so sorry.
Adam saw
I'll
his
do it.
opportunity. He took it.
Alright. What else we got, guys? Anything else?
Just floating.
What time is it?
You guys got about 15 minutes till the briefing's supposed to start.
Petra
when was the
immediately
briefing
returned.
supposed to
Wait,
start?
sorry, go ahead.
When was the briefing supposed to start?
He said 1 hour. He didn't give you a time, so it was 1 hour from whenever he
What-
left.
What
Is it like 6:45?
Got it. We're looking. It's about 4. It's 4.5 bells right now.
Perfect.
Fate's just going to be attuning to his ring of protection while he waits.
Delightful.
Petra returned back to our quarters and closed her curtain and cracked open. I don't know if you guys remember, but she found honestly a book just like this when we were looting. I don't remember what mission we were on, but we were doing some kind of looting.
It was the old man with the lights.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, I found a raunchy book in the cabin in the woods. So
That's the perfect place for it.
Petra's gonna crack open that raunchy book from the cabin in the woods, and she's busy privately fantasizing about giving that quartermaster access to her hindquarters. Master her hindquarters.
There you go.
Sorry.
Access to the
It wasn't-
hindquarters. That's the
Yeah, I
title right
wasn't
there.
gonna. I knew I wanted to do the pun, but I hadn't thought through how the pun was gonna go.
Nope.
The execution could have been better.
That's a new title option right there. Access to the hindquarters.
It is
Master,
added.
master of the hindquarters. Quartermaster of the. Never mind.
Nope. Thinking
Yeah.
too
Just
much
keep
now.
going with it in your head until you figure one out that you really enjoy.
All right. Well, actually, you know what? It's not at all unlike Hindquartermaster. Yes, that's what I was trying. Yes, thank you. It is.
I'll put that
Got
one
you.
in too.
It is not at all unlike Petra to be sitting in her bunk, desperately trying to perfect this pun so that she can say it as a flirting technique when she gets there. So that's what she's workshopping puns and reading her raunchy cabin novels
I love that.
until the shooting starts.
Chief tested. We already established there are no animals here. Stop asking about chickens and cows. Because I said brown chicken, brown cow. Anyway, carry on.
Oh, speaking of carry on, Petra's an obligate carnivore and she hasn't had anything to eat. But carry on.
You
like
had
bird-
snacks in your.
No, like
chest,
birds
didn't
eat carrion.
Yeah, she's.
Um,
I am now picking up what you're throwing down. All right. I believe Emil was saying something.
I find what got in the hallway as we're going back and ask him if he wants to go find the ghosts.
Oh yes, absolutely. Lead the way.
Do we have time to make it there and back?
If you guys boogie, yeah. But you do notice that there are now 2 guards posted at the entryway to the stairs.
I put on my boogie shoes.
You have those? I just kind of look over at you and then I would like to, how do you want to handle this? We can slither on by, like little slither snake gardens, but,
I
could also just go
have an idea.
lead the way.
Okay, just follow
I'll
my lead.
navigate you lead. Yeah.
Wogat's gonna kind of like loosen up a little bit and then go up to, he's gonna shuffle on
Gotta
over
limber
to,
up.
yeah, and then he's gonna pull out the tongs and he's gonna kind of like shuffle up to the 2 guards that are like going, blocking the door to the entrance to to where we need to go. Excuse me. This is the way to the lower level, correct?
This is the way to the upper and lower levels. No one's allowed access.
Yes. I'm sorry. I must have some kind of illness.
They both kind of pull back just a little bit. If you're sick, go to
I
the
am-
med bay.
No, I am the exterminator. My job today is to go downstairs. This is my apprentice. Do not mind them. Do not speak to them either. They deserve no respect. Please.
We weren't
show
informed
me-
that any technicians were going to be in the building. Do you have your credentials?
The rats don't. Oh yeah. Just a moment, and let me search into my bag. And so he's going to like open his his coat pocket, and he's gonna like kind of rummage in there for like a couple seconds. And as he does, he's muttering to himself, and then he casts minor illusion, and then creates like a little card, and he just like pulls it out.
Doctor Who up in here?
All right.
Yes, and it's gonna be grimy too. It's gonna be like covered in like
I would expect
rat
nothing
fur
less.
and stuff.
Roll persuasion for me.
Can I get a deception on that?
Sure, that's fine.
I feel like you should have advantage with the steps he's taken. I'm
I
just
do not
saying.
need
They
advantage.
refuse to touch it. They just kind of look like, that checks out. Just go.
Yes. Come. Open the door.
Come.
We haven't got all day. And he starts like clicking the tongs after a meal to like get them to like open the door and like make their way downstairs. And as
Making
he
my way downstairs.
Making my way.
Don't get caught.
as he's like heading back, he's gonna turn around real quick back to the two guards, and he's just gonna like jab the tongs forward and just like snap them really quick. And he's just going to like fade into the darkness of the stairs.
Okay.
Thank you.
I love this. You guys make it down the stairs. Give me a couple of stealth rolls just to see how stealthily you guys are able to make it down the stairs.
Are we stealthy? I feel like we're just confident at this point. I don't think we
If
should
you
be
just want
stealthy.
to just
I don't.
blatantly walk, you can do that too. Yeah, you're just blatantly walking. With that nat 1, you are blundering down the stairs, being chased by a man clicking skeletal hand tongs and waving around his exterminator pads. As you guys book it down the stairs,
Oh
getting
God,
some-
you're muted.
you get some strange looks, but you are muted.
You're muted.
Wagat has a since he started fake
Wagat
coughing,
also
he now
rolled a
has,
1 on his stealth.
Nice. Wagat has now conjured up a real cough, and now he's struggling to make it down the hallways silently at all. I forgot my water skin, and he's just hacking every couple seconds.
I absolutely love this. Wagat, if you don't already have 3 inspiration, please take 1 more. For those of you who are viewing, I allow my players to stack up to 3 inspiration on their sheets because I'm so horrible about remembering to do it that they should be able to still stack them. I love that. You guys make it down to the 4th floor fairly quickly. When you get to the 4th floor, it is the same. It is deserted. There's not a soul in sight. It looks like they are very richly decorated quarters for maybe visitors or something of that nature.
Is it this way?
I smack your tongs and go try to find the door. Like smack them away. Because assumedly you're still clicking them. And
You know
go
it.
find the door.
Can't get over how clean these are.
You're able to find your way back to where you found the door before because you're not an idiot. And so you find the rock, you find the loose stone, you give it a little wiggle, moves aside, you find the lever, you pull the lever, and the wall opens to the same office. But when you go in, it's empty. There's still the 2 desks, there's still the 2 chairs, and you see nothing else.
So here's the thing. This is really bad. We were gone for less than 2 bells, and suddenly everything in this room is gone. I'm not saying it was stocked. It wasn't a stock room full of stuff, but there should be more things here.
Yes, I agree. This
This
is a
is
horrible
not
use
good.
of space.
The
quite a
food
waste.
that was there is gone. The beverages that were there are gone.
And there's no snacks.
There's no stack of letterhead. There's no rank.
Wagat is gonna go over to the tables and like just run his fingers along the surface of them.
I'm
Does
sorry,
he feel
along what?
anything? The surface of the tables, the desks.
They are immaculate. They feel very clean, as if someone has recently wiped them down.
No dust.
Not a spot of dust.
Very interesting. Emil, I think your ghosts were of former maids.
If not that, they were made of something wildly clean. This is fabulous in here. I don't think I've ever seen something so beautiful.
All right, I
And
thought Stony was the
I
dumbest
was-
one in the party, but I'm reconsidering that.
I look around and try to see if I can track any ghost or otherwise creatures that may have been in here other than Wagat and I.
Okay, yeah. So go ahead and give me was that tracking survival, or is that nature? I think tracking
It's
survival.
survival now.
Yeah, give me a survival check. That is a phenomenal roll. And you don't find anything that would indicate a corporeal being having been in the room recently, nor do you find anything that indicates a spirit, no ectoplasm or leftover residue or anything of that nature.
And I'm not able to like smell where food went or if anyone had any of the snacks nearby.
Okay, yeah, you know what? I'll give you that. You do smell a faint, because the bread had been fresh when you came in, right? If I remember, it had been fresh bread, and so you do faintly smell the remnants of the bread. Wood tends to hold on to things and stuff, and so you are able to tell that it has been moved toward the stairwell. The scent of the bread carries to the stairwell, at which point it kind of dissipates. It's hard to know if it went up the stairs or down the stairs.
I try to relay that to Wagat with the added caveat that the ghost may not have been a maid, but in fact a mouse or a rabbit that doesn't poop because it's a ghost. Because the fresh smell of bread has left the room and gone to the stairwell.
How do we have a poopless rabbit ghost now? Just curious.
They're ghosts. They don't need to poop.
Yes, I've heard of this before. I believe they call it spirit animal. Wagat is when Emil returns, Wagat's gonna be like on all fours, kind of like looking around like the corners of the like the lower edge where the wall meets the floor. I'm forgetting the word for that right now. He doesn't find anything down there, does he?
No.
Okay. All right. Let's follow this smell of bread, I suppose. And then I guess before he goes, he's just gonna look up real quick and just kind of examine the ceiling.
What are you looking for?
Nothing up. Just if there's anything up there. A lot of people don't look up. They don't appreciate what's above them because it's usually nothing.
Ceiling's just immaculately created, right?
The
Such
ceiling.
concept.
The ceiling actually has some webs and stuff. What you do notice that is a little bit strange is that the light is coming from a chandelier that has candles that have clearly been lit by someone or something and left lit. And they're shorter candles, so they wouldn't be able to burn for very long. So they've been lit today.
My ears are cold.
I touch the candle to see if they're magic. Like the flaming hot part.
Oh no, they burn. Owie.
Cool.
You might want to go see your medic friend.
That's later.
Interesting. Emil, what did you say again that you saw in the corridor?
In the corridor specifically, I saw nothing, but I did see all of this random shit piled into this room. And then whenever I left, I felt like a ghostly chill or just a cold chill. I'm thinking ghostly, though, based on all of the weird shit that's moved. And the fact that we have been dealing with ghostly creatures in the past. And then whenever you and I were just here, I smell the bread still faint, really wafting into my nose.
So you smelled bread in this room and then now you're smelling it going down the hallway.
Yes, my stomach could probably send us the right way.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could probably use a snack. I don't know if you want some of mine. I have a couple of road snacks that I bring with me everywhere. Super handy. Either way, maybe we'll follow the smell.
Whenever we get out to the stairwell corridor again, it was hard to determine whether it was going up or down.
Correct.
And so my stomach just grumbles really loudly. The snack that I had while we were visiting Twink just did not do it for me. So I would like to let my stomach lead where we should go.
Well, your stomach knows that there's a dining facility on the 17th floor where you guys were before, and your brain knows that there's about 6 minutes until the briefing starts.
Maybe we should make our way back. Lest we be
I
late.
agree with that. I'm starved. All right.
Before we go, Wagat is going
I don't have any
to
rats,
take a
do you
pinch
have
of
any?
sand and then go over to the doorway of the room that we were just in. And he's going to very lightly sprinkle it across the threshold. So it's not thick and almost not noticeable.
Okay.
All right. And then I think we'll make our way back up.
Making your way upstairs. Moving fast.
I kind of,
working in
where
pairs.
the burn was, I prick my finger and just start rubbing blood all over my hand as we walk up.
All right.
Mm.
Well, as you approach 17th floor, the guards catch you red-handed as you try to come through the door. Like, I thought you were done with this floor. Thank you. Thank you.
I need to go back to the medic. The rat bit me.
Oh, yes, the med bay. Hang a left, second right, and straight down. Third door on the right. Go, hurry. That looks bad.
Thank you.
You should probably get a lozenge while you're there, old man.
Yeah. Oh, we head back to the briefing room, right? Really, like, subtly. They can't tell that we're not going to the
No,
med
the
bay.
briefing room is down.
Left.
It's in the same direction, but it's not right there. So.
Perfect. We meet up with everybody else. All right.
All right, you guys make it there. Your hand covered in blood. Wagat with his chronic cough. You should probably join the VA burn pit registry for that one. And about that time, Alaska Care says, "Don't wait for 7 bells. Show Petra what violent is."
Jesus.
You guys, we got some thirsty viewers tonight. This has been the thirst episode, though, so I can't be mad at them. As you're starting to clean up your hand and stuff. Oh, what just happened? I don't know how this works. Okay, cool. Sorry, the chat was weird. I don't know how it works, but Jordan pinned something apparently. About that time, Gortukar walks in. Well, I'm glad you're all here. Thank you for meeting us. Meeting me, pardon me. That's the wrong voice for him. He doesn't have a deep voice. I'm so sorry. This is better. Thank you for waiting. We were able to gather the rest of the intelligence, and I do believe that we have an operation on our hands. Your team has been selected to do it. So I believe you guys had a rotating command structure. Who is our next commander? It's Petra. Petra's muted.
Sorry.
You were very animated, and I'm disappointed that I'm going to see it now.
I was just saying, Petra knows full well that it's her, and she's ready. She has been like craving the opportunity to take back some control in her life. It's been a very stressful few weeks on this team.
Sure sounds like it.
So anyway, she aggressively whips her curtain open, and steps out. She stepped up to the plate. It's me.
Well, assemble your team. It's time for a briefing.
everyone's here, right? I forgot.
But yes,
They
but
all
you,
made it back
I
in
assume
time?
since you were in your bunk, other people might be, so I'm giving everyone the opportunity to come to the briefing table.
Oh, okay.
Great.
Cool.
All right.
I don't know.
Unfortunately, Defender Hathama was unavailable to provide this briefing. So until Guardian Hathama was unable to attend this briefing.
Nudge Emil.
What's that?
Oh, Wogat just kind of like elbows Emil real quick and just kind of gives the wink or something like that.
I nod my head and shove him back. I think he's talking about food.
He is currently with Paragon Hathama, so until such time as he is ready to resume command of this unit, you will be reporting directly to me. As such, please pull out your scrolls and quills and prepare to copy. Mission briefing will begin now. Please hold all questions until the end.
Can I borrow a quill?
Petra, offer Stony a quill.
Thanks.
Not her fancy one.
Situation.
Can I borrow some paper?
Yes. I guess I'm a piece of-
The situation is as such. The current enemy threat is a detachment of combat from the Republic of Tasok of unknown size and unknown capabilities. The operation's weather will be cool, clear, with a low chance of precipitation. The terrain is expected to be mountainous. It is suspected that the contingent has set up camp near an abandoned temple located in a dry canyon known as the God Scar. Capabilities of this unit are unknown. Probable course of action upon contact is unknown but likely aggressive. You should approach them with extreme caution and be prepared for lethal action. Friendly forces, the mission of next higher unit, that will be me. I will be providing command and control for this operation. Mission of the adjacent units, the shields south, west, or southeast, and north will be also attempting to uncover the location of this secret camp of the Eclipsed that you have discovered. Mission and location of supporting units will be Defender 3rd degree Ikramor Tribrook, I believe you call her Captain Mo, and her ship, the Fiery Dart, which will provide transportation and logistical support. Your mission is as follows. Shield Team West is to depart immediately to conduct a raid on the Tasoklian camp near Edge Bluff in an attempt to locate and apprehend the insurgent leader, Aurora Gauss, and obtain any intelligence regarding Tasoklian intentions. Concept of the operation will be left to your mission commander. Service and supply, additional assets may be available by request. Captured material will be at the disposition of all non-intelligence related material will be determined by the team operators and mission commander. Transportation will be provided by the Fiery Dart. Medevac will be provided by the Fiery Dart. Additional personnel, none are available. POWs, all EPWs are to be detained and escorted to Tower Saffron via the Fiery Dart. Commanded signal communications will be by the ring of sending. Additional communications will be at the dictate of the mission commander. Challenge and password and code words are all per your mission commander. Command structure, the command leader location, me, I will be here at Tower Saffron. Chain of command will be per mission commander. What are your questions at this time?
Okay, I think I wrote down most of that, Brandon.
Cool.
But
I haven't
that
done a 5-paragraph op order in a hot minute, so.
Yeah, that was like a lot.
Mhm.
Just to clarify, we're Shield Team West, right?
Correct.
Yeah, that was a little confusing to me because we are actually the Star Shard Vanguard now.
But he doesn't know that because your official title is Shield Team West.
Okay, so you pressured us really hard to come up with a team name.
And it took you guys like 5 episodes. And
I know, and I don't like it personally.
What
Well-
was the what did you say about apprehending some people? I missed that part.
Absolutely. So that would have been probably the mission. The mission statement is Shield Team West is to depart immediately to conduct a raid on the Tasoklian camp near Edge Bluff in an attempt to locate and apprehend the insurgent leader Aurora Gauss and obtain any intelligence regarding Tasoklian intentions. The rest of the
Okay,
command
sorry.
structure is left to Petra and the mission's actual execution.
I see. Thank you.
I'm really sorry. I got distracted because this is not super important, but don't worry about it. Jordan, I got kicked out of Mod View on Twitch. I can't get back in, so I don't know what's up with that.
Shouldn't be. I'll take a look.
I don't know. It's not urgent, but anyways, that was what I was distracted by. Sorry. So what I have is that we're going to the Godstar Canyon, abandoned temple, prepare for lethal action against Republic of Tassac combatants of unknown origin and threat level.
Unknown. The contingents of unknown size and capabilities. Yes.
Okay. Unknown size and capabilities. Great. But then I also heard raid on camp near Edge Bluff.
Yes. So the camp near Edge Bluff is for the mountains. The canyon is near Edge Bluff. It's all the same place.
Okay. So it's a camp near the abandoned temple.
So they think that near or in the canyon is where they would most likely be. They don't have any eyes on or active recon, but given the intel they've obtained, that is what is most likely.
What's this about an abandoned temple? We have no idea if they're in the abandoned temple. We just know there is an abandoned temple in the canyon.
Yes, it is likely that they're held up near the abandoned temple in the Godscar Canyon near Edge Bluff.
Do we know anything about this temple?
That's a good question. This temple was used ages ago, before the fall of the star, to worship several deities. Many of the deities that were worshipped there are no longer remembered or known, and it has been a hideaway for bandits and ruffians for a very long time.
Are there any local peoples?
The closest locals would be in Edge Bluff, and that would be approximately 3.5 miles from your area of operation.
But this where we're going is like wilderness type area situation.
Yes, very much so.
Slay. Okay,
Slay.
I'll
That
say
is the intent.
Jordan.
Yes, you are meant to slay.
Yes, we will certainly slay.
Search of recon.
Yeah. So I mean, we have absolutely no idea if anyone of any importance is going to be there. Like, you kill, don't capture. That's what's on the agenda.
At this
Capture,
point,
don't kill.
At this point, our
It's not what
primary
he said.
objective is to apprehend Rarigaus, and gather any intelligence we can on what the Tasakians are planning and why they are here. Secondary objective, obviously, is to defend yourself and your unit. Therefore, if you need to kill, kill. If you can take live prisoners, take them. The only one we must have alive would be a Rarigaus.
Okay, so that was not made clear initially. Petra's a little like here's that in the event. I mean, like yes, it could go without saying, but it shouldn't have to go without saying that like we should capture a Rarigaus alive if we encounter him. But obviously, we have no idea where Rarigaus is going to be.
This is the last lead we have, and it's still warm. So we're hoping that if you get there quickly enough, we'll be able to get him.
It's like okay, cool.
It tells me that there will be at least 2 forces there because of the intel we got. So I'm expecting at least 2 different types of uniforms and 2 different types of command.
What makes
Rarigaus may represent one party, but there will certainly be someone of importance from the other party as well, if they're there.
Oh, okay, I get that. All right, that was you. You're saying that we should anticipate the eclipsed, potentially like domestic terror organization, in addition to like actual Republic of Tassac military forces.
Yes.
Okay. Right.
So, like, if she's going to escape, and the only option is to let her escape, or like, kind of do her in, which would you prefer?
Don't
Is
let him
Rarigaus a
escape.
man?
Okay, but if she is escaping, and it's
I don't know
like,
who she is. Aurora Gauss is a male.
oh, that helps me. If
Do we have
he,
a,
If
do we have a
if
description
there's
of Aurora?
absolutely no way to apprehend him, it is preferable that the threat is ended rather than he escape.
okay, okay.
Yeah, actually, a description or even maybe like an illustration of Aurora Gauss would be
Definitely.
supremely helpful.
Most recent intelligence we were able to gather is this, and he is a junior senator, and so they do have a portrait of him. We know he has been in a few duels since then, so he has a few more scars, but this is what he, roughly what he looks like. He looks like a mid-30s human male, probably about 240 pounds, but not fat. He's stacked. He's built, right? Darker olive skin, bald head, completely shaved, strong, kind of regal features, very intense, dark eyes, kind of almost sour expression in this portrait. His most identifying feature, though, is the fact that he has a large birthmark on the left side of his face, encapsulating his ear all the way up to part of his nose and the eye here. And it's just a darker spot.
Okay. And I mean, other than that he's like politically, obviously, like dangerous in that way, do we know anything about Aurora Gauss' capabilities specifically?
Aurora Gauss has been in 124 public duels, and he has lost none of them.
Okay.
Looks like he's about to lose one.
Does he have any likes, dislikes? Jesus.
Well, as
Any
far as I'm
allergies?
aware, he likes the fall of the Empire and violence. He appreciates bombing installations and possibly harming orphans and destroying cruise ships, passenger ships.
Got it. Cool.
So no peanut allergies.
I am not aware
What?
if he has any allergies to food or medication. I do not update his electronic medical record.
What's the electronic medical record?
I have no idea. It just sounded like something fun to say.
Anything we can leverage on him?
A weapon, I'm hoping.
Okay.
Wait, he won all of the duels against him on one-on-one combat?
Yes.
So
So
let's
we're all
not
gonna
take him
have-
1-on-1, guys. Take him
Good
5-on-1.
thing there's more than one of us.
Yeah. How has he
wait,
done against
wait,
6v1s?
Has he ever? Yeah.
He is highly
What's his
trained. He spent 15 years in the service, in the army, the
What's like
infantry.
what's his success rate
so
of
he
like?
doesn't have kneecaps.
I don't know about his kneecaps. Stony, what were you asking?
So like, what's his rate of like winning fights with more than one person against him?
Well, he once held off an entire enemy platoon that was attempting to overtake his trench using
Were
nothing
those was
but an entrenching tool, his helmet, and a canteen full of sand.
were any of those? Did that platoon have 3 magical people and 3 non-magical people, and one
No.
was two were really 3 were really short and possibly reptilian?
That's strangely specific, but as far as I'm aware, no. I do know he has developed a respiratory disorder since then, though. So he does.
Son is going to, yeah, we got this.
He does. He is slightly less active than he used to be, but should be considered just as dangerous.
Okay. Cool. Great. Petra's gonna say that she really appreciates Stoney's confidence in our abilities. She agrees.
He's never faced anything like us before.
Okay, great. Where's the ring ascending? What?
Random question. Were you citing like Benjamin Wilson's fucking MO, like Medal of Honor or something? With the entrenching tool shit?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
That's what I thought it was, because it's pretty fucking outlandish.
It is extremely outlandish.
Okay.
I like to take from the best.
Just to be clear,
We
it was a
don't
trench
have any-
shovel, a canteen full of sand, and what?
His helmet.
His helmet. Okay.
His ACH, if you will.
So don't let him get any shovels, guys.
What'd you say, Emmy?
Clarifying the name of a helmet.
Oh, okay.
So wait, does anybody have earrings of sending? Are we able to send messages to each other while we're out?
Okay. Yeah, that's what. Yes, Petra is like the commander's in possession of the ring of sending, or should
Yep.
be.
And
No,
he hands it
the
over to
ring
you.
of sending. But do we have the earring of the things that you call it, like your spouse when you're across the farm and you're trying to talk to someone, or across the
walkie-talkie?
boat and you need to tell someone. I don't know what that is, but
no, we have not
the earring-
acquired that magical item. We talked about that
Oh,
magical item
not meta.
as like
Okay.
a wish list magical item, but we don't have that magical item. And we just acquired like a lot of really good shit, so I don't think he's gonna give us anything more before we go.
Is Aurora on my list?
He is not. He was never TFM.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
What other questions do you have?
Do we have anything that can make a sandstorm?
I'm sorry,
Darude.
Darude has actually been. He's on another mission.
Okay, cool. If no one else has any other questions, Petra is gonna tell everyone that she's gonna tell Rasputin that we're good. We're ready to rock and roll.
Delightful.
That-
The fiery dart is prepared to leave. I expect you to be on your way within the hour.
okay, great. Petra's gonna tell everyone they have 30 minutes. to
And
pack.
it's 5
be-
right now or 6?
Correct. It's 5.
It doesn't matter what time. It's 30 minutes. We have 30 minutes to pack and do any last stuff that you need to do and meet on the fiery dart.
I recommend.
Fate's gonna immediately go to the fire dart.
Of course, Fate is gonna go to immediately the fiery dart.
Sona's gonna ask Petra if he can just copy her notes real quick.
Sure.
And you look at his paper and it's just like there's like a the and then nothing and just like scribbles of like trying to keep up.
Maybe just like doodles of sheep.
Every once in a while there's a word that's like significant. There is a doodle of a sheep in there.
That's funny. All right, cool. Yeah, Petra took incredibly meticulous notes, and Stony can copy them while she is packing and organizing her supplies.
And if you have any
Uh,
questions, I can send you the op order.
That would be fabulous.
Great.
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. Great. Petra doesn't have anything else to say at that time. She's gonna give everyone like a very thorough rundown of her expectations and strategies on the fiery dart on the way there.
Great. All right. And Alaska Care, I don't believe he's still a horse because he doesn't have the ability to speak common in horse form. So.
I do not.
Or hold a quill for that
And also
matter.
it'll only last for an hour.
Just yeah,
Change
two
back that
fucking
fiery
hoops.
dart.
All right. Is anybody doing anything before they head over to the dart?
Yes, but I can
Nah.
wait for
You can wait for what?
What do you got?
What
I don't
got?
got anything. Oh, you want me to join you on something?
Absolutely. Well,
Would you like me, or would you like the
is
rabbit?
this some kind of kinky throuple thing? Because I'm not necessarily opposed. I just want to clarify.
Well, God has no idea what you're talking about. This is completely outside of his
I
lexicon.
gather all the chocolate. I'm like, do you want chocolate?
What is chocolate?
I hand him like the smallest sliver and say you can lick it off your hand if it melts. And then I bust ass down to the med bay.
As
I
you
need to roll the d4.
apparently leave behind a cloud of noxious fumes, because you are busting ass. You enter in there, and your paramour looks up. Well, it's you again. Wasn't expecting to see you so soon. Not that I'm unhappy about it. How looks you up and down. How can I help you?
Christ.
We're leaving early. I only have a little bit of time. Do you want to go talk to the side? I have chocolate.
I love chocolate. There's someone on one of her exam beds who is actively hemorrhaging. as she just takes a tourniquet out and puts it on and tightens it down. I'll be back in a few minutes. And takes you back to an office.
Worst doctor ever.
Best
At least they didn't
doctor.
leave them.
What is this, Grey's
Exactly.
Anatomy?
Oh my god.
Yeah,
And the
it
door
is.
closes behind you.
She's a gnome, right? Just a
Dwarf.
dwarf. Okay, cool. That's what I wrote.
Perfect.
All right, cool.
Similar vibe. Petra's gonna take about 5 minutes to organize her belongings, get all packed up and ready to rock and roll. And then she is running as fast as she possibly can back down to the quartermaster.
Petra? Is it?
Is there anyone else in there? In the
Just him.
quartermaster? Okay, great. She's gonna lean over the counter and grab him by his Vietnam era like crusty ass tank top and just plant one on him. And that like it's passionate, it's fiery. And then she's gonna tell him, I don't know. I didn't come up
Before you
with
can tell him
anything.
anything, he grabs you and pulls you over the counter in a tight embrace, and continues the smooching, as it were.
All right.
He's
well,
only showing off all the.
Shh, don't talk.
Meanwhile, on the boat, Stoney's showing off all the details of his plow to anyone that will listen. It's like, look at this blade.
Petra reluctantly breaks the embrace and notifies him that our planned congress is not going to come to fruition this evening because the fate of the empire is at stake. And she tells him to push her luck, and then she swings her legs over the counter and glances back reluctantly. She doesn't want to leave. And then
He
I feel like you
stands.
should stroke his
Yeah,
cheek with your
he's
tail.
20 minutes.
He stands stoically.
yeah, I struck his cheek with my tail. That's clever. I love that. Yeah.
Come back when you're done.
She leaves wordlessly.
Man, this castle's full of horny people.
Yeah.
Have you
They're
been in the military?
romantics.
Come on.
They are romantic.
This is fair. This is fair. This is like
True.
a straight up fucking deployment.
And this is all the fobbits, right?
Yep. They just be fucking.
As you guys walk into the docking bay, it's not a docking
Whoa.
bay.
Now hold on a second.
Oh,
I'm already at the fire dart.
Yeah.
yeah.
You see Stoney
You're
show
being a
off
little
his plow.
hypocritical, a little judgmental.
It's true.
I feel like I was the first one that got.
Oh yeah, never mind. You were
definitely,
before me.
Definitely were. Captain Mo is tying the rigging and hauling the yards and whatever. She turns to you. She's like, "Well, hey, what are you doing here, Shug?"
Oh, I got another mission, and seems like the fiery
Yes.
dart will be taking us.
That's what I heard. Looking forward to a little flight time.
Me as well, and I wanted to give you something before all these other hoodlums get here. And Fate pulls the rose out from behind him, and as he gives it to her, he says, "It's magical. It'll never wilt. It'll never perish, and it'll never die. Just like my feelings for you."
She blushes like beet red, which is hard to do to a former pirate. And she takes it and looks at you and like literally tearing up. A single tear like rolls down her cheek. She's like, "This is the single kindest thing anybody's ever done for me."
How far away is Stoney from the ship? If he left
Can
also
Petra have
at the
seen
same
this?
time.
She would've been-
Petra
Like-
would not have seen this.
Darn it.
Stoney also left at
Oh.
the same time. He just didn't run.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't have seen this quite yet. I'm gonna let this be a private moment.
Okay, let me know when I get there.
And she drags you to the forecastle behind one of the masts and shows you her appreciation. As the rest of you enter the docking bay, you see a figure standing at the foot of the ramp.
They already
They
docked.
already docked.
You know what I mean?
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
sometime between fate boarding the captain, I mean the ship, and the rest of you getting there, a lone figure, about 5'3", in a cloak and hood, approached and waited at the bottom of the ramp. And that is where we're going to leave it, with you all.
We know it's you, princess.
Damn it.
Best response. Thank you.
Well,
The best part is Stoney's the one that figured that out first.
great way to ruin the not so surprising surprise. But you know what isn't a
He's not
surprise?
as dense as he looks.
You know what isn't a surprise? It is quitting time. It is 9:36, and we're all old and tired except for a couple people here. So we're gonna go ahead and head out. But before we do, we'd like to give a big thanks out to D&D Beyond and Roll20 for the character sheets, the VTT, and the books that we've been using. Big thank you to Sirenscape for the sound sets that we've been using. One day I'll make new ones, but for now you're gonna get to listen to the same thing you've listened to for 2 campaigns. Deal with it. Big thanks to Twitch and to YouTube for hosting our videos, University of Washington, and to the VA, because like they pay for this to happen. So thanks. A huge thanks to our viewers. It's always fun to play, but it's way more fun when you guys are jumping in. And you guys were horny tonight. I loved it. So thank you for that. And a big thanks to my players. This has been one of the most fun, non-productive sessions ever. And it's very
We got
effective.
so
I know,
much
I'm
done.
kidding. I absolutely
I got a plow.
I loved this session.
So much happened.
So did
got to
Fate.
plow.
So did I.
You guys are great. Thank you so much for playing. I can't wait to join you guys next week, right here, Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Looking forward to seeing you guys. And till then, enjoy your long rest.
Oh yeah, sure,
Uh-oh.
you betcha.
It's not letting me stop the stream, so yeah,
Oh no!
that's cool.
Everyone, shut the fuck up.
Shut up. Like, why is it doing this?